what it be like. Salutations and good morning. Welcome in. What is everybody up to? I think I hit this on public, so it should be. Ooh, I'm tired. Dang, I can tell I didn't sleep very well last night. Welcome in. What's everybody up to? What's everybody up to? It's a beautiful Saturday morning here at Casa de Pirate. About to start my day off. Been the longest week I've had actually the longest month. It's been the longest month I've had in a while, and I am completely exhausted. I can't even describe. I've been going so hard lately, a lot harder than normal, because I kind of started to become, I wouldn't say lazy, but I started to just chill for a little bit. Like I got overwhelmed with just life and business and money and politics. Not like political politics, but just the politics of everything. And I just been chilling. And then I decided, okay, it's time to get back to work. Can't spend all of our time doing so. And then, damn, this last month seems like a blur. What's up, Susan? What's up, OG Carol? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are y'all up to? It's a Saturday morning. I woke up. I said, I'm going to go do a live. I'm going to go do live on YouTube and kind of let my day marinate a little bit before I get started. I got a lot to do today. Busy as heck. Busy as heck. How are all of y'all? How are all of y'all? Let's hear it in the chat. How are all of y'all? I know that I'm used to a faster live on Whatnot. The lives are instant. I forget when I come on YouTube, you have to wait for that 30-second lag to transpire, which is where you hear and then I type, But yeah, I've been very busy and I've been making videos. I've been doing all the things I need to be doing. If you guys don't know, first and foremost, Storage Auction Pirate. Been doing this for years. My new videos, because everybody keeps asking where are your videos, Hustle, Grind, Rewind. If you go to my YouTube channel, just type in on the search engine, Hustle, Grind, Rewind, you will see where I put my new full-length videos at. And you guys all got to go there and subscribe. If you guys can, anybody who watches this video, I like to see the subscriber count jump up today, okay? If you can, go do so. Go check out my new channel. As well, if you can, hit the like button, the share button, and subscribe if you're not following me already here on this channel. We do put our shorts out here. I haven't been very vigorous on shorts lately because it's just very time consuming and it's not exactly always profitable. So I've just been kind of not really focused on shorts right now because you got to focus on money. Wise man once told me, whatever works, squeeze it. And so shorts are not necessarily working financially, so I don't have the desire to squeeze it all the time. And I've been focused on what pays the bills, which is selling, Whatnot, flea market, et cetera, et cetera. Did a big show yesterday, picked up a storage unit. I think Uncle Michael will be in one of my videos soon. Yeah, probably haven't seen Uncle Michael in a minute. He will be in a video. I have a lot to edit. Editing has been not the easiest task for me. As you guys know, at the beginning of the year, my editor and a very loved YouTube member passed away, Robin, and I was thrust back into taking on my own editing again, which was a kind of a shock because I hadn't edited in probably 2 years, and that really just came out of nowhere. How's the sales going with the Hello Kitty? It's done. It's done. It was all right. I would say I profited on that storage unit, not very much, but I did profit for sure. Between the flea market and the the Whatnot sales, I definitely made a few bucks. That week was a very tough week. I hadn't bought a storage unit in like 2 months. Since I moved to this house, I had bought one storage unit because, as you know, if you watch and pay attention, I got the big massive poster collection and animation sketch cell collection with Mr. Buys a Lot. And that was so much product. I really didn't need to go out and buy storage units. And storage units are at all time, they're horrible. The storage business is horrible. And a lot of people are blaming that on people like me, all of us content creators. And I could see where they come from with that because, everybody wants something to blame. Everybody wants to be able to blame something on somebody. I don't if you tell me if you guys agree with that. But everybody wants to blame somebody for whatever the problem is. And the reality is it's just is what it is, okay? That's like saying if nobody ever had the gold rush, we would just all be able to find gold and you know, we'd be rich. But that's not the way the world works. You know what I mean? Like, eventually, there's no secrets. There's not very many secrets in this world. We got like 7 billion people in this world. There's no secrets. And reselling in general, side hustle, extra money has become essential because we live in a world where the cost of living has not caught up with the cost of inflation. The cost of everything does not appropriate or equivalate properly to the way things are. For example, in 1900, you can have 500 ounces of silver and you were able to buy a home, right? Silver was $20 in like 1902 or 1901, and you could buy a home with 500 pieces of silver. Silver is supposed to be 15 to 1 gold. Let's flash forward. Gold is like, to silver is like 100 to 1. Silver is now sitting at around 58-ish or so, but it was at 20 last year. And that's mind-boggling to think 100 years later that the cost of silver is not much different than it was in 1901. And at the same time, the cost of a house went from like 30 bands to like $1 million. I don't know, maybe it's like 450, something like that across the nation. But I'm speaking on California because that's where I live, and that's the statistics that I probably pay attention to the most. And so these are the reasons why things are out of control. We have people who have to live in two income homes. In the state of California, especially, it's designed for a income home, which I think is horrible. I personally think that a two-income home kind of sucks because I don't believe that's the way that God created us and life is intended. I'm not sexist or controlling, but I do believe that there are roles to extent, and I believe that a more successful home transpires when a woman's able to take care of the children in the home and a man provides, and that's just me. I'm very traditional. It's not about controlling or insecurity, and we live in a society where that doesn't happen no more. What I also believe is that's why we have such a mental illness in our country is because children are left to raise themselves, and the TV and social media are the ones raising them. And amidst all this, the price of everything has gone up crazy. Food is up 30%. Forget extras, just something I know. I'm talking about Broken Arrow. I'm talking about that, Like, I look at my monthly bills for food as about $2,000. When I factor in my cost of living, and it's probably even higher because we do eat out a lot. It gets annoying cooking all the time. I don't have time to cook. Jess don't want to cook always because she's working now. And, you know, it's expensive, and I like eating out anyway. I just like eating out. I enjoy good food. That's one of my favorite thing is good food. And life has been crazy. So a lot of people are blaming this whole business on us YouTubers. And I mean, I guess we could say that. I blame it on Jeebus. That's what I say. I say I blame it on Jeebus because he gets the most views out of all of us. So he's my blame. I blame him. Jeebus, if you're watching, I blame you for the craziness of the storage business. I know he'll get a good laugh out of it. I know he'll get a good. That's what I love about Jeebus is he has a great sense of humor, unlike a lot of people that might do this. He doesn't take things seriously, but I say I blame him because I don't want to take the blame always. Granted, I did really pretty much start this whole craze. Some people don't want to believe that. Some people might call it arrogant or whatever, but the reality is I did start this whole craze. I did start the TV shows. I did the first TV pilot. I did the first news specials. I was the only one doing the videos. I'm the guy everybody wanted to copy or find to do this because it was working. And I take a lot of brunt for that. So as a joke, I always want to say I blame Jeebus because I just find it funny. But I love Stevie and Amber, so I'm sure they're probably laughing. But the reality is you can't expect to blame it on YouTubers and content creators and TV shows because people want to make money, right? Did you see Jeebus going to Whatnot newer sellers show and pay up just in kindness? It was, I did not, Broken Arrow. I don't have a, I'm not, one thing I'm doing is I'm not sitting on Whatnot like I used to. The first year or two, I was very heavy on Whatnot. I was very, I like to study. My way of studying is watching Whatnot. I'm intrigued by sales. I'm intrigued by shows, strategies, etc. After so much of that, I had to step back. One reason also is, my family says I'm on the phone too much. You know, it bothers them, like Jessica, the girls, etc. My kids, they say I'm on the phone too much. And so I was at the point where I'd be sitting at the dining table and I'd have Whatnot on, whether it be in mute or not. Everywhere I went, I'd be watching it. And I realized that I can't spend all my time on the phone. I know I seen the pain that it caused my family. You have to find a fine line. And I spend too much time working, too much time at the flea market, too much time selling on Whatnot, packing, editing, doing whatever else. And so one of the things I had to step back from was just sitting on Whatnot. So I don't just sit on Whatnot and watch anymore. Also, I spend a lot of money too. I spend a lot of freaking money on Whatnot. And I realize that when I'm on Whatnot spending money, everything goes for a higher price. Everything goes for a much higher price whenever I bid. So for that reason, I try to stay off it. Not because I'm trying to make people money, but it's not my position to drive people's sales up just so I can overpay because people want to outbid me. It's the same way at the auction. Whatever auction I go to in any unit I've been on is guaranteed to be twice as much because people think I'm some expert. And that is a problem I have. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that. Jeebus is always looking for new ways to do things and have fun and create videos and give back. I like that about him. I really do. They wanted me to come to their Christmas special, but there was just no way for me to get out there. I'm so overwhelmed and swamped out here in Casa de Pirate that I just don't have the time to do so. But yeah, that's a problem I live with. Like something that I hate, and I don't like using the word hate because I'm not supposed to use that anymore, is that whenever I want to buy something from somebody, they always want to overcharge me. They always want to, I don't matter if it's my friends, strangers, somebody who watches my channel. The strangers usually like quite often watch my, if I want to buy something, everybody always wants to overcharge me. They presume because I'm storage auction pirate and because I am knowing of things that anything I want is worth 3 times as much as they statistically know it's worth. It's freaking wild. So for that, I don't even buy nothing off people no more because I have to not know who they are. It just, if something's worth $50 and I want to try to buy it and at least save some money, they want $75. They want 75. For some reason, anything I want is just worth more. And at some point, it drives me nuts. I think something, Luke, that would fill your heart, but you can find something local too. Yeah, so that kind of drives me wild. Like somebody will be like, yes, everybody else offered me 500. Give me 600. Why? Because it's me? And you just think because I want it, it's worth more? Or because you know I've made a few dollars in my past that I should just pay more? The world is greedy. That's all I can tell you. I've learned so much over the last few years that this world is full of greed. Everybody is so greedy in this business. I think the resellers are the probably most greediest community in all of business. I really do. It's wild. They never want to pay much and they always want too much for their item. And that has made me pull back from almost all of its existence because I sit back and I watch this. I'm known statistically for giving the best deals to everybody, strangers, friends, family, everywhere you go. But when I want something, it doesn't play back. It doesn't play back. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. And instead of getting mad and frustrated with it, I just step back. I have to step back because it's the only way to protect my mental sanity. And I've realized that. I've said this recently. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch a good video I put out, but it was a lot about how I've changed my whole mental thought process and found in a spiritual awakening where I believe in God now, which you guys know for years I didn't. And amidst that, I realized that God brought me to this place for a reason. He took me up here to protect me. He wanted me away from everybody, because what I was realizing there and I wasn't understanding quite so much is that so many people just wanted something from me. They see me as a handout, a meal ticket, a paycheck, a shout out, a way to grow, an opportunity, a rich person, which I'm not even anywhere near rich. My money is all completely gone because I put it into this home. But I was getting more and more frustrated. Everywhere I turned, is somebody wanting to borrow money, somebody wanting me to sell their stuff that's not even that good, somebody wanting something from me. But the reality is, when the tables turned, when the table spins around to this side, nobody wants to help me. There's nobody in my corner. There's nobody in my back making sure I'm taken care of. They're just there watching me, this symbol of progression. I don't know the right word. I'm just that type of person where I don't let setbacks set me back. I go forward at all costs. I don't care if I'm in the worst of times, darkest of times, the best of times. My pivotal motion is forward. And so I started realizing how many people just wanted, and in some way or another, I felt like I'm just some big paycheck to everybody around. And I believe God took me here to get away from all that. And I'm completely understanding of that and accepting. I'm happy. I'm glad He did, because now I don't have as many people asking for a loan, wanting something, sitting there waiting for the next handout or a crumb. I mean, I like helping people, but at the end of the day, you can't help everybody. Let's understand that you can't just help the whole world. You really can't. I'm not trying to be a dick or be greedy, but you can't just help everybody. People have to help themselves. That is it sounds cruel and cold, but you know, people need to learn to help themselves. Or you're leaving them to be on a crutch, to always need somebody to get somewhere, and that's not healthy. That is not a healthy way of being, you know and with that being said, I'm very proud that God took me here, because I recognize this. I recognize this wholeheartedly. I see it even to this day. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of people who ain't giving me back a dollar of the money that I've given them. Some of the closest people to me. There's a lot. No one has put me on. No one has put me on, but I have put so many people on, it's not even funny. Thousands of people's lives have been changed. Thousands from the movement that I created. This right here, what we're all about here: storage videos, storage auctions. But there's nobody really there doing the same for me. And I don't, it is what it is. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm happy, and I feel like it's brought me a lot of luck and pure energy that I have been able to help so many people and be there and change lives in that respect. But at the same time, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, what about you? You have to be able to say, what about you? 100% right. What's up, CJS? What's up, Dave the Dude 69, my guy? Now you know what the Hales is going through with stalkers. We don't talk about what the Hales here on this channel. I know a lot of people like him. He talks about God and he gives this vibe of being a nice guy. But in my opinion, that man spends too much time trying to create the drama he puts himself in. It's what gets him views. And you could tell by most YouTubers that he's not a very liked person. That's nothing personal. Don't get mad at me, Rob. But if you step back and look at things as a whole and not with your heart, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because that man at one point was one of my best friends. And he's done nothing but slander my name for years and try to make me look like a very bad person because he doesn't like what I've seen of him and many of us others. No one should go around attacking old people, gay people, handicapped people, mentally ill people, poor people, and constantly trying to be put themselves in lawsuits. In my opinion, that's not a very, very sound person. I pray all the time that man wakes up one day and erects the problems he's caused. I really do. I really do pray that he wakes up one day and starts apologizing to people and amending the relationships that he's sabotaged and doing what God wants him to really do. If he was a really God-fearing man, that would be the next move he makes in his life, because he don't need money. He's made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of this. At some point, you got to kind of cut the mustard and be the man that you claim God wants you to be, right? And that's enough about Jeremy, because I've lived it. I've lived it. That man's called me a liar, a drug addict, a thief. He shamed my channel. He shamed me. He shamed all of my friends. And none of us deserve that, because I've never done nothing to him. I actually helped him. I actually gave him the credibility that he has today as a storage buyer. He's not the 30-year storage buyer he claims. He got his credibility from being the storage auction pirate's friend. And then one day when somebody robbed me for hundreds of thousands of dollars, he wanted me to turn the other cheek because he didn't want it to affect his views. And that's on God. That's on everything. And because I chose not to turn my cheek, he wanted to shame me. That's deep. So yeah, moving forward, I love all y'all. I love all y'all. I appreciate you guys for being there. And don't be fooled by philanthropy, guys. That's one thing that's why I don't really like to put that on my channel and helping people. Like, I don't put it to a video because remember this, people do it for the views. You ever heard of the expression, I did it for the gram? When people do philanthropy just to make a video, just to look good, they're doing that for attention. They're doing that for acceleration. They're doing that for it falls into a 7 deadly sin, but I don't know. It's like pride. It's like ego. They're doing it for praise. A person who does philanthropy, who helps others, they don't just put it all over the internet and ask people to appreciate them basically for their good deeds. That is a sin. Believe it or not, in the Bible, that would classify as a sin if you have to glamorize all the good things you do for somebody. 100%. Yeah. What are you guys up to? What are you guys up to today? What are you guys up to today? Something I told myself I'm going to be doing forward from here on out is I'm never holding back. I don't care who it is, what it's about. I started this journey to be a transparent person, and social media pushed me into a corner where I had to watch what I say, watch what I do, and I'm not gonna be that person. I don't care if it's a cuss word, I don't care if it's a confrontation, I don't care if it's honesty and it makes another person kind of feel some type of way, because that's what happened. I'm not holding back anymore on social media. I'm not gonna be that PC pirate. I'm not that guy no more. That took me to a place I've never been that person. I've never been a holder backer. I've never been a let shit slide. I've always been transparent and 100% brutally honest, and social media took me from that, and I'm not doing that no more. Going to spend the day with my 2-year-old granddaughter. She is my life. Heading to my physical therapy and then packing gifts for my coworkers in Oregon so they can ship Monday. Let's go. Let's go. Who's ready for Christmas? Is anybody actually ever ready for Christmas? Let me see. Type in ready if you're ready for Christmas. Type in NFW for no freaking way if you're not. Damn, Josie, it's 12 degrees below. We ain't got there yet, but we're coming. We're coming for it. I'll show you the weather here. Let's show you the weather out here in beautiful Casa de Pirate. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna go out the back door because I just love this. We're in my garage. Let me show you the beautiful weather out here. It's like stepping out to paradise here. Watch this. Beautiful out here. Look at that. It's freaking beautiful out here. But there's definitely a lot of cold going on up here in Placerville. It's snowing in Tahoe, and we will experience snow very soon. It's been hitting 25s in the middle of the night lately. It's been hitting 25s, and It hasn't rained. It's going to start though, because I think the rain starts here Monday and it's going to start raining for the next 2 weeks. So I'm hoping Christmas is snow. I pray that Christmas Eve or Christmas morning, we wake up with white powder everywhere. I'm not talking drugs. I'm not talking about party scene. I'm talking about snow. Everywhere, white powder. I'm praying because my daughters want to see some snow. My two youngest kids, they've been talking about snow for so long, and they're ready to see it here without having to drive to Tahoe. So I'm praying it comes so that they can just have that experience. I want to see George's reaction. We don't take George in a car anywhere because he's like a little freaking sick little kid all the time. You get him in the car and he just yaks everywhere. Really annoying. So we can't take him up to the Tahoe snow. We can go. We live about an hour from my front door. It says an hour and 14 minutes to get to the Golden Nugget, Nevada, where all the casinos are, is the Nevada California border. So we can get there in about an hour and 14 minutes to see actual snow, but can't take him there. And I want to see his reaction. At least 3 inches of snow everywhere in Canada. Minus 11 here. Damn. I would say it's about 30 something right now. I would say it's about 30 something at least here. She's the one who really likes the snow, Broken Arrow. She's obsessed with. She tells like every day. She's like, "Oh, I wonder, it said it's gonna rain here, and this is the degrees," and it's just like she's obsessed with it. So it's more her than Eviana. It's more her than Eviana. And yeah, she did do great last night. I think she did. I'm trying to push her because usually she's been kind of in the back of some shows lately on Whatnot, but she's too shy. She's always like, always shy. It's always like, you put me on the spot. That makes me uncomfortable. All these little things that she says. And I'm like, she doesn't know what I'm doing. She doesn't see it because, she's a kid and she just knows her feelings. I'm trying to push her out of her shell because I listen to what her desire is. Her desire is to be an actor. Whether she can become one or not is out of my control. That's in God's hands. Whether she will become successful at it is out of my control. That's in God's hands. But I would never deter her from chasing her dreams. I will be there for her if it succeeds, and I will be there to lean on if it breaks her heart and it doesn't work. But it is my job as a dad, as a man, as any other word you want to throw in there to try to make her ready and understand. And that is making her uncomfortable, making her on the spot. Because in order to be an actor, you better be damn well ready to be put on the spot, and you better be damn well ready to be uncomfortable, because that's all acting is. It's never going to be you in a dark room with no one watching while you do your scene. That's not acting. You're talking cameras everywhere, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 25 cameras at a time. You're talking anywhere from 3 to 1,000 people watching, doing makeup, wardrobes, cut check. It's a chaos scene. I've been on TV. I've been through all of it. I've done news specials, and I know what it's like, because when we did the first news special on the storage business that the whole world saw, I was just a shy little kid. I was just this shy little pirate guy. Back then, I wasn't even pirate. I was white chocolate back in the day. And they came to my flea market, and they filmed me in front of all of my peers. And I was the most nervous person I've ever been. I wish we could do it today. I wish today we'd step on the scene and redid that all, because I promise you I'd shine like a mofo. But back then, I couldn't. I was sitting there with my glasses on, and where is my glasses? Now that I think about it, I was sitting there with my glasses all fogging up. Damn, I left my glasses in the house. No, here they are. I wonder where I put my glasses. So when they first came to the flea market and they started filming me, I was sitting there like this, and I couldn't even see. My glasses were all fogged up, and I'm like trying to pretend like it's not happening, and it's sweat dripping down. I need her to change. I need her to step out of that shell, or she's not going to make it. So with that being said, if you guys want to help come make my daughter uncomfortable and step out of her shell, come to my Whatnot show today. Come to my Whatnot show today. If you want to help get her to step out of her shell. You guys have helped me with 2 of my children so far. It's time to help me with my 3rd one. I'll share a link right now. You've helped me with 2 of my children so far become out of their shell, and I need your help with the next one because she is. I'll send a link right now. We're doing a show today. She's going to try to help me. Whether she does or not is neither here nor there because she is also a kid, and they don't always get up and do the things they say they're going to do, and I'm not going to force her. See, I'm not a forcing type. I'm not the type who forces my kids to do anything because they have to want to do it. They have to want to do it. And if they don't want to do it, it's never going to be really what. Oh, let's go. I'm going to share this link right here, and you guys can feel free to come join it. This is where I put all of my finds at from storages. Come check us out. Come check us out. Oh no, I think the tips helped her out. I think the tips threw her off because she don't just get money like that, you know. I mean, I give them money and stuff like that, and they earn money from chores. But the $26 in tips she got last night, she's like, they liked me. They liked me. That's what she said when I went in the house. I think they liked me because after the show ended and I went in the house, so she was in her room. I went in there and just told her, "You did a very good job." I went in there and just said something like that. You know, I wanted to give her a boost of confidence and another like reiteration that she did good. You know, so I went in there and told her that. Thank you, OG. I appreciate you. I'll tell them he said hi. She needs to work on her voice for sure. She definitely needs to work on speaking up. That's going to be one of the most important things moving forward of acting. She talks like this and she's very quiet. And so like she needs to really step up and put that oomph in her voice because that's never going to work in the acting world. That's why I'm having her do that because she doesn't know the sport. She doesn't know any of that, but she can read. It's not hard to read the name. You can read Nomar Garcia-Pera. You could read Ken Griffey Jr. But that practice of learning to speak like I am, how I'm loud, I used to not be that way. I used to be very timid like her. If you guys remember my videos in 2008, 2009, I was very like, hey guys, we bought this storage unit, et cetera, et cetera. And I learned through editing. It took me a while through editing. I would have to edit every day, and I started to not be scared no more. I used to hate my voice, and it was that constant process of doing so that took me to where I am now. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, Amber. She actually is in acting classes. We got her in some online acting classes, but she needs to get into more. But that's her responsibility. I had a long talk with her when we went and did Yes Day. You guys didn't see the Yes Day conversation, but one of the important factors of Yes Day for me was having a heart-to-heart with her and Eviana and not having Jessica around or anybody else. It was something for us to talk about and some things that I had to say and they needed to hear and vice versa. And we had some very deep conversations. One of which was I wanted them to understand that I love them as my children because I don't think they know. Even though I've been here with them for 6 years, I think sometimes that they see me as they're just like kids that I'm with because of Jessica and that, you know, I only care about Michael and Michaela. I wanted them to understand that there is no difference. I don't call them stepdaughters. I don't call them bonus daughters. You guys know them as my daughters. And I'm sure a lot of people find it unique that they don't call me dad. I'll say, here's my daughters, and the next sentence is Mike. They say back. That don't bother me. That doesn't bother me one bit. I don't control them, and it's not my place to tell them what to call me. But they need to understand that I see them as my daughter. I love them wholeheartedly as my daughter, and I want to make sure when they're older that they don't have this hole in their heart from not having a dad, because I know that that is one of the most inflicting things on a child is growing up without a parent. Even though statistically speaking, a child who grows up without a mom has worse odds of survival than a child who grows up without a dad. We still have a big problem in this country for children becoming out of control parents because they don't have a parent, and it causes huge infliction. It's just statistical analysis. But I want them to understand this. So we went on Yes Day. We had a nice long talk. I told them a lot of things that I've never said, like, for example, I love you. I've never said that to them because I don't want to make them awkward, but at the same time, it's time that they get a little awkward. And Then we had a lot of nice conversation about her dreams, and her dreams are to become an actor. And so I basically told her, well, I'm here for you. So if you want to be an actor, your job is to do it. And you don't worry about what it costs. You don't worry about where it is that the class will be, because we live in the middle of nowhere. And you let me know. And so I have been taking care of that for her. She has been signing up a little bit. She's not all in vigorously on doing her acting, but she has the ability to do so without worrying about what it costs or where it is. But she's taking it a little slow. You know what I mean? I want her basically at this point trying to get into theatrical events, trying to try out for plays, et cetera, et cetera. But that's all on her. That part I'm not going to do. I will get you there no matter where it's at, and I will pay for it no matter what it is. But I'm not going to do the legwork, and I'm not going to do it for you. You must do it yourself. I'm just the medium to make it happen, you know? So she's coming along. She's coming along. She's taken one online acting class. We were supposed to go last week, and she kind of just totally blew it off, I guess, or pretended like it wasn't a thing. But there was a play that she could have went and tried out for. And then I had a friend who was going to try to do singing classes and teach her to do a little singing for this, but she kind of, I think, is too scared. She says she doesn't have a singing voice, this and that. So my goal is to get her out of her shell. That's what the whole point of Whatnot was last night. It wasn't about the money. It was about her stepping out of her comfort zone and doing this and speaking and practicing, because that's what's going to need to happen for her to make her dreams come true, if that's what it's going to be like. That's all I got to say about that. I see 25 people in the chat right now. Can you guys hit the like button? Can you guys smash that like button? Even share this out. Even share this out. I feel sometimes let down with this channel because we used to have 50,000 people as a subscribers, and we would have 1,000 in every live, no matter what I talked about. And here we are at 300,000, and we have only 26 people in the chat. Very often I try to let that bother me, but I've had to teach myself, you can't let that bother me. You have no control over the system, and it is what it is. But if you guys want to see some full videos, come to my other channel, Hustle, Grind, Rewind. That is my new channel. I dropped a vlog yesterday on House, or 2 days ago, which totally flopped, a 10 of 10, which means that was the worst video on my last 10 uploads. But I make little videos over a course of time of what I've been dealing with here as a homeowner, as a property owner, as a mountain man, because that's what I am now. I'm a mountain man. But I have put out several storage videos recently, and I have a bunch more to go. I've been buying heavily. I bought 2 units this week. The business is bad. The business, it's ruined. The business is freaking ruined. On every level, the storage business is basically a casino now. I personally think everybody has the same odds as a storage buyer as you do going to the casino and playing slot machines, because people let their ego and pride and greed get in the way, and they don't know how to stop. They're not even out there making videos in extra money, which they don't realize. That's part of the reason most YouTubers and content creators make their money on storage, is because they're making the money via the videos. So that covers their losses. Everybody else just comes in thinking, oh, this is great, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you right now, 99% of America don't have dick in their house. Nothing. They don't. It's nothing personal, it's nothing mean. But 99% of the people don't have much money. We are in a horrible poverty state. We are in a massive recession. Most people are barely even paying their bills, if not losing everything. And every storage unit isn't full of profit. Just because you see a nice couch in a 10 by 10 does not make it a $3,000 storage unit. It doesn't. It's bad out there. It's the worst I've ever seen it. And that's why I have really not been buying a lot of storage units, because I don't want to buy stuff just for the fun of it. I'm tired of making videos for the fun of it. I like making videos when it's something that I really like and I don't want to stop. But when I make videos to make videos and I buy storages because that one looks okay, let's just do it and make a video, I hate every aspect of my job. It's no longer, you know the old saying, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I don't love that. I love buying very unique, certain style units that my gut tells me to follow. And when I don't do that, I hate every aspect of it. And this is just a job. Mad Pack Rips. I notice a lot of storage companies allowing people to retrieve stuff from units going up for auction, leaving behind the junk. Yes. Understand. Totally barely getting by on Social Security. Mike Howie. What's up, Randy? What up? This is 100% true. What I personally feel, in my opinion, I have to keep saying my opinion just so people can't say it's slander. But I know for a fact. I know for a fact. First and foremost, in my opinion, storage traders don't give any fricks about us. They are part of the problem. They keep pretending like they're going to solve the problem, which is why I stepped out of being on the board of counsel with them, and I'm pissed off. I went live with them and agreed that their rules were going to help. What I feel like is they used me, much like many others have in this business, and used me for credibility. But the reality is, I learned, here's a prime example. Their tier system is supposed to prevent people from bidding high. That was the sole reason for creating this tier system and charging us more a month. But Jessica's never bought a storage unit in her life, and she was able to bid over $1,000 many times. What did the woman tell me? Oh, that's just happening in your area. It was a glitch. We'll fix it. No. Don't toy with me. Don't toy with my intellect. Don't make me try to feel stupid because you're trying to turn the other cheek because I caught you. And then it happened again. Then we have the backup bid system. The backup bid system, in my opinion, is a total crock of shit. They work. The woman that I was in cahoots with there worked for eBay, and she understands how the backup or the removal of a bidding offer works. On eBay, if your bidder backs out and you were at 300 and they stop bidding at 100, we revert back there. But here's the catch. In my opinion, Storage Traders is allowing this because they make the money off of our commission. So that's where their paycheck comes. So they don't give any fricks. So they refuse to take away that system and make it that way. I got an offer 2 weeks ago on a unit, maybe 3 weeks ago, that was twice what I bid. So in my opinion, you're allowing the shilling to go up because you're hoping to overcharge people on a backup because you are in control. I really think a law team needs to step in, and the government, and start policing this online bidding system because it's supposed to be legal, and there is a lot of extortion going on, in my opinion. If anybody can help make that happen, let me know, because something needs to change. I don't want them to go away because they're a company, but they need to be honest. They need to be honest because without us, there is no them. There is no them without us. And if we aren't making money, us isn't going to exist. There's not going to be millions of new storage buyers to come and bring you guys money. This is a two-way street. If you're taking the money out of our pockets, cool, you'll make a few bucks now, but this isn't going to last forever, Storage Treasures. When you're wiping us all out by allowing all this crooked behavior because it's making you a few more bucks right now. You'll make a lot more with we all make money than you ever will trying to get it all right now, I promise you. Now, I'm not very happy about it. I see it going on. And then here's the other kicker. I know this for a fact. There's a lot of buyers in my area, and I know who you are. I look at you on a constant basis. I see you eye to eye. They're out there staging units. They're buying units at an auction. They're re-renting them. They're going through them and setting them up in a manner so that they can get a kickback. They're renting units in their friend's name who might not have to worry about credit or a faulty payment, and they're refilling the units up and selling them and getting their money back this way. This is happening a lot. I don't know if you guys know the people in your area doing it, but in my area, a lot of guys who sell at the flea market, straight pieces of shit, are doing this. Pardon my French. But now we're talking serious. This is a big problem going on in this business, in my opinion. In my opinion. Karma's a mofo. God is watching. I know a lot of people don't believe in karma, but remember, When you hurt others and you take from others, it doesn't take from you, it takes from those you love the most. So you're putting your whole family and life in jeopardy by trying to make a few bucks screwing people over with your arrogance. Maybe it might be your child, maybe it might be your mother, might be somebody close to you, but you will watch it play out. Know this. I gave up Whatnot because my car was still used to buy makeup, and I don't buy makeup for my wife. Randy, I love you. Maybe the universe was telling you to buy your wife some makeup. Don't give up on us, Randy. You had to use your card somewhere else. You had to use your card somewhere. You know that everywhere you go, your car is potentially at risk. Every ATM you use, every gas station, everywhere you go, your card is potentially at risk. Don't blame it on Whatnot. This got right to the point. Hey, man, I don't play around, Broken Arrow. I'm a serious guy who jokes a lot. But I'm not playing around with the storage business. I'm the only one here for the storage business. I'm not talking bad about any of my friends and peers, but I don't think any of them give a fuck because it affects their views and they don't want to talk about it. No one's here to fight. And I'm inadvertently calling them all out as well because they all need to use their voice to stand up for this business, not just to get a view, to get a paycheck. Sorry, friends. Sorry, peers. But I'm saying this. Y'all need to use your voices for everybody in this business. Stop just using it for a view and the paycheck that you're living highly on, and use your voice to help erect this business, because you've all used your voice to ruin this business and bring more people in and cause the harm that has affected it. But none of y'all are using your voice to protect. I won't say Tucker Upper does. Tucker Upper is one of my peers that does use his voice to voice going on. But the reality is no one else is truly using their voice to fix these problems. That needs to happen. I'm calling on all my peers and I'm calling them all out. Every one of y'all. Friend or foe, use your voice to stand up against these guys and make sure it's known. I am the big pink elephant in the room. Everybody's too scared. Everybody's too scared. Little chicken shits. They're worried about offending a viewer. They're worried about offending the people above them. They're worried. They're not trying to do the right thing because it'll affect their paycheck and affect their image. That's chicken shit. Just like politics and voting and everything else. You have to stand up and use your voice. You want to see change, be the change. You want things to be right, make them right. I don't care. I don't care about the view. It's never been about the view. Some people think for me everything's about the view. I don't care. My money will come. God will protect me. God will give to me. The universe will give to me. I will get mine one way or another. It might not be through YouTube. It might not be through Facebook. It might not be through TikTok. It might not be anything to do with the storage business. But I will never, ever sit back and watch things and know. It's just like, say, for example, you're driving down the road and you see a man hit a woman. Most people are going to say, I'm just going to keep driving. It's not my business. I'm not that guy. I can't do it. I can't do that. I can't walk out of a store and seeing 6 guys jump a little person and just walk by it. You know what I mean? I can't sit back and watch that type of things go on a day-to-day basis. And Naya said that won't work though. She said that won't work. You have to have a name. Because I told her my stage name would be Storage Auction Pirate. Like, what the heck? Again, part of my French, guys, I don't want anybody to be offended, but understand, everybody in this world cusses, and everybody talks real. And I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat for YouTube just because one person's offended. That's one thing that we let one person trigger everything we do, and I'm not going to be that way. I'm a real person. Especially when I'm heated, expletives come out of my mouth. Don't take it personal, but that's who I am. And I'm not going to change to make people happy. I can't. I never liked it when I did. I didn't like it when I had to be that person just because it's not even really, it doesn't matter on social media. You watch a very big, look at The Rock. That man says the F word in every other post and he's the biggest celebrity in the world. It doesn't change what comes in. What changes is you stepping out of your character for others. It's a full circle. The universe will give to you what you give to others. Amen. Amen, figure. Or fly girl. Sorry, I said figure. These are mainly for far distance. It doesn't help me a lot with close up. So I saw that as figure, and it says fly girl 76. Fly girl, fly girl, fly girls. It's real talk, though. It's real talk. And we have to understand that that takes having confidence in the life and the universe and God and everything, and having faith. That is one of the things that brought me to religion, is understanding that we have to have faith in these full circle things and the universe giving, because most people will never do these things because they're so scared of what might happen, and they let that fear control them. Understand, fear controls you because you give fear life. That's why saying no fear is bad. You need to be fear free. Anything that you say no, you don't want, before you say it, you've only told the universe you want it. So when you fear something, believe it or not, you're manifesting that right into your life, okay? Have faith. Faith is one of the things that brought me to God, and that specific word I studied on the internet brought me to God. I wasn't studying religion. I wasn't studying that type of stuff. It was studying the word faith, and faith kept leading me to God. And that's why I think they don't like God. That's why I think our society and our country and our government started pushing us away from God, which is what pushed me to never believe in God. And that's why only 32.3% of the population believe in Christianity, et cetera, because having faith only increases your vibrancy. It only increases your momentum. And when you're a fear-based mind, because we live in a media controlled by I don't know who controls the media. You guys do some homework and you figure out who controls the media. But everything that we consume and we eat is what dictates our thought process. And we are a fear-based society because we've been living on the edge of our seats for decades. We're going to go to war with Russia. The world's going to collapse. This is going to be this way. This and that. And all these things it don't matter what you talk about. You can bring in drugs, guns, violence, kidnapping, trafficking. All these things that we hear nonstop about creates fear. Believe it or not. Some of it might be real, some of it might not. But it's all a controlling through programming from the day we are born to the day we die to keep us living in fear. So all we do is manifest bad things, and we're too scared to do better. And that's why we're a 1% and 99% environment. The only thing I got a locker from Storage Trader, and it's been a year since I have been on a storage unit. That's probably wise, Randy. Like I said, I'm not scared of people being in the storage business. I'm really not. I don't care. I'm not that guy. I don't get mad. Like, I've always been the guy that I can show up to an auction with $1 in my name and it pisses everybody off. They don't know that I only have $1 because I'm out here playing chess. They just know that I'm aggressive. They know that I'll take and get what I want, and they know I'm not scared. And I don't play that little game with them. But that's chess. And I don't care who comes. But I'm telling you right now, if you think you're going to stop your job and you're just going to jump in the storage business because you saw a storage auction pirate find 36 pounds of silver in a unit one time, or you found storage auction pirate find 26,000 cash in a storage unit, or you saw locker nuts hit a massive unit for $1, you're fucking with your life. You're fucking with your livelihood. It's not that business. It is a casino. It is a casino. Every Tom, Dick, Jane, and Louise is out there thinking, oh, that's a good unit. That's worth $4,000. You're gonna definitely be able to get that back in the exit. I heard this yesterday. I put up a post on my Facebook and I was like, said this is what I'm saying now. And the lady was like, well, look at that exercise equipment in there. That's definitely worth a $3,100 bid. Hello, Susie. No, exercise equipment is the single worst selling statistical category in all of reselling. And if you think that you see a nice little exercise bike in the front of a unit necessarily means you're going to hit big on the storage unit, this is not the business for you. Stick to arbitrage or picking the flea market, whatever, because you're treading on thin ice with what you think is going to happen because you've watched a few videos on YouTube. 100%. Mr. Good, we're just out here chilling. We're just talking smack and going through life. If you could kindly hit the like button and the share button, you know what I mean? I would appreciate that. Thank you guys for being here. They told me to update my card was a week before the charge. Interesting. Before storage traders are able to get small units for 10, 20 bucks, 100 bucks or less. For yes, the chosen life. Those days are over. What used to be $100 storage unit is now $17.50. Not $17.50, $1,750. It's nuts. And it is gambling. I don't know. I have my premonitions, and we're not going to go deep into who's doing it, why they're doing it. But a lot of people, first and foremost, there's a lot of people who are illegally running business. They're not paying taxes. They're not living in the system. They might not even exist in the system. They might not even be an actual resident of United States of America, meaning they're not a citizen. There is people who are living on welfare, social security, and disability. They're living a complete cash business. And those people are going crazy because they're getting government money while pretending to be a person they are while living a cash society, paying cash for storages and only selling at the flea market. Hate me for what I'm saying all you want, but this is wrong. This is wrong because I'm a tax-paying citizen. I'm a tax-abiding citizen who had to spend $72,000 in taxes the previous year because of I'm doing my business right. But you got a lot of people out there avoiding all of it. I personally wish the government would step in and wipe the whole business clean. Anybody who ain't doing their job, walk in that fucking flea market and wipe out everybody who ain't running a legit tax-paying business. Walk into the storage business and wipe out everybody who's not running a appropriate legal business. And I know people are going to be pissed. They're watching me right now like, oh, fuck you, Pi. Wait till I see you at the flea market. You know where I'm at. I don't hide from any of y'all. I've had people talking shit on my platforms for decades now about what they don't like what I say, and they see me all the time. See me. See me. I don't care. I'm not here for you. I'm here for the people doing it right and the people living by the laws and the rules. Amen. I'm heading to an auction this morning where the facility has a history of cherry picking the units beforehand. I'm going for the amen. You got to do it. You never know. Even the most cherry picked unit could be good. Here's a prime example. At the beginning of this year, I bought a manager's special. The unit was broken into 3 times. The unit was offered to the manager of the facility who couldn't take it. I bought it for $1,400 and hit the possible unit of a lifetime. Be humble, be brave, be honest, be kind, have faith, the recipe to a beautiful and abundant life surrounded by good people. Everyone at the flea market should have a valid resale license. They should have a social security number that belong to them. They should have a lot of things. But this is a political debate. We're stepping in the fine line of a political debate that will offend a lot of people that are very sensitive to what goes on in our country right now, currently speaking. So this is a dangerous topic to discuss on because it goes further than the storage business. But it's deep. Because a lot of people are hiding from the government. I know they are. I have people who show up at the auction and they're like, don't put me in your video, pirate. I'm on disability. Why the fuck are you here? I don't want you here now. Now I know when you're running up a unit to $4,000 and you're costing me either buying it or costing me thousands, you don't fucking belong here. Pardon my French. This is the side of the business no one wants to discuss. What up, Ryan loves shippos or hippos. Ryan, are you a girl? I think you are. Ryan, look at this. Look at this, Ryan. Let me show you something. Because you love hippos. Look. Look at all this, Ryan. Those are hippos. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. You know what I mean? But this is This is what needs to be said. Like I said, what I'm discussing infringes on also a political fiasco we're all dealing with our president, with our government, with our borders, and things like that. I don't really want to discuss it too deep because you should buy them, Ryan. What you offer me for all of them, Ryan? What you for me for all of them to put them in a box and send them to you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's all that many. It's dangerous. I'm probably going to catch hell, but I don't care. I really don't care. I'm over it. I'm over it because I see greed playing out. I see illegal activity playing out. I see corruption playing out. I will ship them all to you for $200 and I will pay the shipping. If you send me $200, I will send them to you and I will cover the shipping. That's up to you. That's up to you. You can send me the money on PayPal, Lockerware, LOCKERWARE at yahoo.com, and I will ship them out to you. I will pay the shipping. So really, it would probably cost you closer to 150 because that's going to cost me at least 50 to ship. But you could do so if you want to. Guys, also, if you like, come to my Whatnot. Before we go any further, I just want to give my Whatnot one more shout out before we continue this discussion. There's a link right there. What we're selling over the course of the last couple of days is right here. Massive card collection. We got this card collection going. We still have like 5,000 animation sketches and cells that we bought with Mr. Buys a Lot. You guys might have missed that on my new channel. Look at that. Flintstones, My Little Pony, super rare cartoons. We got a new card collection coming in. We got all the videos you guys have not been watching. We still got a massive poster collection. I still got thousands of posters. Anybody want to buy this whole poster collection right now? Hit me up. I have you to blame for the current situation on my land. I kid, but I get that a lot. I get that a lot. You know how many people say that to me, Fly Girl? You know how many people say that to me? But did have to get a junk guy out here to get my peace of mind back. Few bad units. Yeah. Fly Girl, take my advice. Take my advice. Buy less. You ever heard the expression less is more? That's where my mentality is because I'm like, especially right now, my money has been depleted. My money has been depleted. What is Uncle Michael sending me? Hold on a second here, guys. Let's see what this guy says. I don't know what the hell he's trying to send me. Let me get him in here. Let me get him in here. He's sending me. He always does. I'm always live on Whatnot or something, and there's Uncle Mike just sending me a text like, "Where you at, Uncle Mike?" So, what was I saying? I get this a lot. People blame me for everything, and it is what it is. I'll take the responsibility. But less is more. I'm telling you, you guys know me as probably being the most aggressive storage buyer in the business. I have basically bought units for 30 grand. My statistical fortitude is very high, basically. But I'm also not willing to overpay for the units because I've done it so many times and I've realized what's happening. Through my loss of time and money, I've realized the game that's being played. You can't go around just throwing money at storage units. You can't. You might as well go to the slot machine and just throw $1,000 in there because you're going to have the same outcome and you're not going to waste the time and it's probably going to be more fun. Trust me. That's why I go to the casino now. I have just taken up going to the casino. I live 25 minutes from Red Hawk Casino. I just go there. I'll take $100 in there. It might last me an hour. It might last me 10 minutes, but I get the same thrill. Yeah, Brian, I think we already discussed that. But I hope you got that message, Ryan. If you want them again, I see it says 200, but I think I'm rereading that. Have you thought about doing a state buyout? I have, but For me in California, that's very hard. Everybody and their mother in California is an estate seller. So that's a business that'd be hard to tap into. And I think in other states that might be easier, but estate sales here are very aggressive. That's the one thing that makes California different to discuss than every other state. Everything is more aggressive than California. Everybody's either a state seller, a state picker. They're always willing to buy out. Everybody's got their fingers in somebody's something, you know what I mean? They're already there. They already know the realtor or whatever. That's a very, I do buy it. What has been my bread and butter is consignment. Consignment has been my best bread and butter. You see that massive card collection over there? I didn't make a video about it. I put a few plugs in my thing, and you guys should definitely go check it out. This is a massive collection. Done 3 shows. It has already dwindled it down, but this collection drove down from Seattle. It's my second time selling for them. They brought me a box of Michael Jordans, a box of Ken Griffey's. They brought me all these great cards. These are all big boxes of key players, serial numbers, you name it. That collection was driven down to me from Seattle. I sell it. We split it 50-50 after fees. That's my bread and butter. I eliminated competition. I eliminated competition and fighting for anything and having to pay any money by just selling people's collections. With that being said, if any of y'all have a massive collection, bring it to me. Bring it to me. I don't care. As long as it's a good collection, there's value. Don't bring me crap. Don't bring me stuff you can't sell. But we have the system for it. You come drive right through that door. You back up right here. And that's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. You walk away and you wait for your check. There's no competition in that. I don't got to worry about trying to talk you down. You don't got to worry about overpricing me. I do my best to retain the most amount of money while giving the chat a deal. And that's what happens. That's been my angle I've attacked. It doesn't always work because what I have realized is some people bring me junk, and that's why I've had to become more picky. Some people, especially in my area, think they can just pawn off the stuff that they couldn't sell at a flea market, and I'm not buying that game, you know what I mean? But that's what's helped me out because I have a massive following on Whatnot, 86,000 followers, because I am very good at what I do, because I have no problem being live, and I'm a great packer, and I have created a great system. Able to retire early due to financial decisions, so I do have to be smart, but I do enjoy the gamble. Here in South Carolina, though, units are, it's everywhere. Look at all these people with their member things. Look at that. Amber's been a member longer than I've been alive. 47 months. Holy smokes. That's almost 4 years, Amber. Almost 4 years. Chat, I love all y'all. I don't, you guys have any more questions or anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to say? I feel like my eyebrows are crooked. Is it my glasses or my eyebrows? I keep looking at it. It feels like this eyebrow is higher than this eyebrow. I don't feel like my glasses are crooked. I just have like crooked eyebrows. And I can't make, hold on a second. I love all of y'all. Thanks. If you guys could please kindly hit this button, the like button, the share button. Ryan loves hippos. It is Lockerware. LOCKERWARE @yahoo.com. You can also Zelle me. It's the same thing. If you want to Zelle me, it goes to the same place. And also, Ryan, if you're on Instagram, just message me and we can discuss it further that way too. I'm very conversational on Instagram. That's the best way for anybody to ever get a hold of me. And you have a question, you want advice, you want to send me a collection, whatever, go right to Instagram, Storage Auction Pirate. What website, Mr. Good to Go for? Are you talking about bidswipe.net? Are you talking about my own personal live selling platform? It's still there, but I've had to kind of put it on the back burner. So with that being said, is it's not easy for me to just create something. So another thing that I did was I brought everybody to Whatnot. Pretty much I was the first guy in the storage business to jump into Whatnot, and I convinced everybody to go to Whatnot. And then everybody followed me into Whatnot, and they brought all their people into Whatnot. So moving forward, it's not been the easiest task to just get everybody to follow me to my own platform, because everybody does what's comfortable. Comfort is the key to failure. Once everybody's hooked on Whatnot, which is also in like a downward spiral in my opinion as well, it's hard to get people to leave. And then when I bought this home, I spent a lot of money. I went from having 200,000 in the bank to about 10,000 in the bank, full transparency, after being here for a few months. And I can't just sit and invest all my time into money in something that's not just profiting. So I've kind of had to step back. Am I abandoning it? No. I plan to go full-fledged with it very soon again, but I have to focus on my life and my family and my money. So it's not easy to just walk away from something that's working and put it into something that's not doing anything, right? And that's where I'm at with that. It still exists. I should go live and do a giveaway there, but I got to pack a show. I got to get ready for a show. We're doing 2 shows today on Whatnot. We're going to do a very large 4-hour show of this massive card collection, basketball, football, baseball, really good stuff. Tons of great Michael Jordans, Kobe's, you name it, we got it. And then around 5 o'clock, I'm going to do another show on animation cells and sketches like Flintstones, My Little Pony. We got some Duck Factory, a very rare 1984 Jim Carrey cartoon that lasted 1 season. We got Madhouse. We got Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego. You guys want to see something cool? I don't bite my nails anymore. They're this short because I cut them, and my cuticles are sucking still. But we're almost on 2 months on not biting our nails. That's been a tough one for me. And yeah, come check me out. Come check me out today if you guys want to. I appreciate you. It's free to join Whatnot. You do not need to spend money. I do giveaways constantly. On Whatnot, so you guys could literally just come and we give away $5 Amazon gift cards, $25 gift cards. We give away all sorts of things, and so does everybody else. All your favorite YouTubers are on there. Locker Nuts, Storage Stalker, Wade's Ventures, Treasure Hunting with Jeebus, you name it, they're all there. And if you guys like doing it, just come check us all out. We all do giveaways. We all sell all of our favorite finds there. Use the link below and come check it out. I do multi-stream on there. And again, one last time, Storage Auction Pirate does videos on a regular basis on this channel. Hustle, Grind, Rewind. You got to come check out my new channel. I know not all of you are there because we're just under 10,000 followers and we got 300,000 here. I need you all to come follow me and check it out. We're making videos on a regular basis. If you guys flood this chat right now, flood this chat with some W's, please. Can you guys flood this chat right now with some W's for a win? Please. I got to get up out of here. I got to go do some things. I got to get ready. I got to pack a show. I got to count posters. I got so many things to do. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys joining me for this live. It probably pissed off a lot of people, but maybe that's just what needs to happen sometimes, because if people think they're just going to make our lives hell and nothing's going to happen, somebody needs to let them know it's not going to work. I love y'all. I'm going to get up out.